What's up, blue collar scholars? So, another little bit more on the serious side, talking about farmers still. I think there is kind of a situation where we are a tragic situation where we're basically abusing farmers in the system. The story time, right? So, this is when I came to this realization. So, about 6 years ago, I went to LA for a coffee convention, a consumer coffee convention. So it wasn't like an industry thing. It was for consumers to come in and drink different people's coffee, things like that. Came across a coffee supplier called Proyecto Diaz, Project Diaz. Talked to him for a little bit. He was getting started, and his mission was cool. It was amazing. I actually kept this card for a long time. I don't know why I can't find it right now, or I would put it up here, but I'll tag it for sure because I love what they're doing. And this is what I want to see more of, and this is what I hope to get to eventually. But he told me his story. He gave me his flyer, which has got a picture of a guy out in pretty typical coffee farming place, like an old broken down building with broken down concrete walls. He might have had shoes on, I don't remember. Maybe not. Raking coffee so that it's drying, right out there drying coffee on concrete ground. And he's like, oh yeah, I think he said that's my dad, or that's my grandpa, or it was a close relative. And I was like, what? Like, you're in LA, this dude is not living an LA lifestyle? I was like, wow, that sucks. He's like, yeah, what we're trying to do is we're buying all of his coffee and we're trying to sell it here, and then we're going to help invest back in there so that his life can get better, so that he can keep doing this farm that he loves, coffee farming. And so we're buying it all so that we can invest and build up in him and grow that place so that our family can be better. And I was like, oh, I love that. Like, that's huge. And through my experience with coffee, then I started realizing, then I learned that there's coffees on the sea market. So it's a commodity. And if you read some of the books like Coffee Atlas or The World of Coffee, things like the history of coffee, coffee has kind of always been part of colonialism. So people come in, take over, abuse farmers, drive everything down, give them a penny on something that they're selling for $1 through trading. It's the history of the world, right? I'm not a bleeding heart, but this is part of the way that it's gone. And so these farmers are in really sucky positions. And the problem is that businesses like ours are buying the cheapest coffee possible. So if I'm buying from this person for $1 and this guy wants to charge 98 cents, if I'm buying thousands and thousands of pounds, I'm going to buy 98 cents because that's going to bring my cost down. So then it causes this person to lower their price. And so it's kind of a race for the bottom when you're a farmer. And that's not a good place to be in. Nobody wants to be a race for the bottom. And so I had an epiphany recently because Proyecto Diaz posted a story where they went down and they had a picture of the same guy from the sticker or the postcard who was very the definition of a third world country picture like you would expect. And then this current state, and he was doing I don't know about doing much better. He looked much better. Could have been marketing, I'm not sure, but it looks like it had paid off. Like, they had been investing upstream to the farmer, and the farmer was doing better. It looked like the farmer had a better life. They had a better looking farm, better tools. And that's when it really hit me that there's got to be a way. We have to invest upstream. We really do. I mean, it's just like anything. If the coffee farmers stop farming coffee, what do we got? Nothing. There will be the select few who keep going, and they're going to charge outrageous prices. But then, so there's the business aspect of price, right? But then there's kind of this humanitarian piece too, where again, I feel like I always got to say this because I'm not going to be marching down the streets or anything like that. You're not going to see that from me. But we have to be considerate that there are people getting screwed. It's not just like, oh, they're not getting the best price because they didn't negotiate well. It's like, no, they're literally having crap taken from them and screwed, and they live terrible, terrible lives. And so if our business is going to be good, if it's going to love and challenge all of these things that Inkledo wants to be, then we have to consider that. And we have to pay better prices. We have to create more demand for higher quality coffee at a higher price so that these farmers can buy tools. So these farmers can buy clothes and shoes and pay their employees, so that they're not choosing between life or farm, like they should be able to operate a business. So just some things to think about. I know it's a downer. I know it's hard, but it's real. And business affects humanity. Business affects people. And we can't just be all numbers. We have to be numbers and people, process and people. It's 50-50. Okay, so just something to think about. I know it's heavy. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know, have you ever thought about the farmer upstream? Have you ever thought about where coffee comes from, or how it's handled, or how it gets to us, and what those people's lives is like? So let me know your thoughts. I want to hear what you think. If you want to hear more about it, I can share more about our suppliers and where we're buying, and I'll do that. Definitely. I'll be open with you guys. So with that, I'll say adieu.